Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the next match here in the Metroid 2 Randomizer tournament for Metroid 2 Mentor Tournament. My name is JB. I'm joined at the commentary booth with Marion. Hello.
Hello, hello. We're back once again from yesterday's extremely close call from Marker's Mask and Jeff, where it turns out the results have been posted from yesterday's inaugural race. It appears that Jeff did take the victory by about 5 seconds.
It's it's just nuts, honestly. Like the very first tournament race having to be pre-timed and determined by tournament staff is just incredible.
Absolutely.
So for today we have Steve versus JhavA, which is going to be an interesting matchup. And as for the mentors, we have catHuman mentoring JhavA and Ivypaw mentoring Steve. RA-wise, we have pretty much your average RAs. We have the new patcher enabled and the multiplayer items as in unlimited beam ammo, double damage, etc. shuffled into the pool. We have Great Temple start, and let's see where this thing rolls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're starting with Violet. Okay.
Yes, we do have Violet Translator for a little bit of quality of life and to get out immediately without Albert or Umos having our Violet. But it looks like we have Seeker Launcher immediately on Umos 1, followed by a Violet hint, which tells us a movement system is somewhere in Aegon.
That's most likely going to be Space Jump.
Alrighty, so real quick to go over our rules for this tournament. Yes, over the last few weeks, each racer has been commentating with a mentor, giving them tricks, refining their movement, general questions and comments to get them prepared for this final showcase of what they've learned. So
yes,
so each racer will have their specific mentor in a voice chat with them, helping them guide them through this path. And who knows, we might have another close call as we did yesterday.
Yep. So basically, we're going to have I think 6 weeks of Swiss.
That sounds about right.
Maybe 5 with the amount of participants, but we are currently in the Swiss format, and afterwards, every single player is going to advance into a double elimination bracket, if I'm not mistaken, in which they're going to ride solos. So for the Swiss, they will have mentors assigned that are going to help them through go through logic, maybe practice tricks. And then after the Swiss, when we're going into the knockout stage, it's time to basically shine and show what we learned during the mentor time.
Absolutely, my friend. We've got 5 to 6 weeks of pure chaotic nonsense with that goes.
So yes, and especially since it's Echoes, this is gonna be promised comedy gold.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Chica tragedies. I can feel them.
As far as quality of life goes for these racers, we're looking at standard settings, just our base weekly settings. We will always start in main energy controller at Umos, and we will always have our Violet Translator for quality of life and early access into Temple Grounds.
Oh!
And speaking of early access, how about we have Screw Attack right away?
Speaking of early access or early leaving, because I feel like we could leave the boundaries of this world with that item. I'm sorry, that was bad.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, for the beginning, we don't have a lot to do. Mostly just gonna make our way over to Aegon, as GFMC, as an example, with new patcher, is in fact locked by Screw Tag or main PBs.
Right,
that makes me think that Screw Tag might actually be to get to GFMC later on with the SJ in Aegon.
It's entirely possible, but followed by movement system now that could refer to our grapple beam or gravity boost. We have three possible things it could.
Yes, though I doubt that with how early we got Screw Tag, that grapple is placed early.
That's fair. But we've got to wait and see, as we had a required grapple beam yesterday to get Spider Ball.
Oh, was it? Where was Spider?
Spider Ball was locked on O'Lear, and Screw Attack was locked in main reactor, so you couldn't do main reactor skip properly.
Oh god.
And here we see JhavA doing a wonderful task jump. We did a slope jump off of a piece of collision, and screw attacked at the highest point. That got us a little bit of extra height, just enough to clip right onto the monument, a little pillar, and jump right up for Tass's item.
Steve also going for the slope jump here. I feel like the slope jump is, at least in my opinion, the hardest way of doing this, actually. So I keep running down once I make it up.
Oh yeah, I've done that so many times. Or you be me in a multi-world and you forget you have bombs. Uh-oh. Well, a cursed lake has a key. That's going to be interesting later on.
Oh wait, Reed, is Z-axis, is crew attacking at Z-axis a thing in this preset? I didn't look at the preset summary. An early cheeseburger though, we like it. And what hint do we get? Sank and Torvis are the Aegon keys. So Aegon key 1 is in Sank, and then we don't know if 2 or 3 is in Torvis.
Well, our runners have some interesting choices they can make right now, and it appears both of them will be taking the first path to go right into Aeon Wastes. Now, granted, we don't have bombs, but it's the best sense.
I mean, we have the cheeseburger, which is definitely going to help out for the beginning, but this is just the most optimal thing to do right now. We want to try and beat our SJ. Especially with the fact that we have screw attack right now, that's just gonna give us so much more mobility.
Absolutely.
Trying a peek at Mining Plaza, I was not able to catch that on the screen though.
No, I'm having a hard time seeing it. But thanks to us having screw attack, that'll be great once we find space jump. And then with this power bomb expansion, now we could technically do some power bomb checks. The problem is it is not currently in the game's logic chain, such as this item right here in the access tunnel, but it's just a missile expansion. And for those of you joining us who might not be familiar with Randomizer or these tournaments, Jay, I'll throw this over to you. When it refers to the logic chain, what exactly does that entail for our runners?
So basically, we in the Prime games we have launches and expansions, and the difference between the Prime games and some of the other Metroid games, such as Dread as an example, is we don't originally have a required main. So we got a power bomb expansion, which means we can currently use 1 out of 1 capacity power bomb, and we're getting SJ here. Yeah, that was predictable. And while this power bomb is not the logically placed by the randomizer, so we are not supposed to have PBs yet with that, we can still use it to do checks that are, as quote, out of logic, practically doing checks before the game anticipates us to do them, I guess is the best way to describe this. Otherwise, we have a certain amount of beginner tricks in logic, meaning tricks that are easy to get into or tricks you are learning early on when you get more into randomizers, which the logic can account for. And that basically just sums up the seed in the end.
So to make a long story short, it's basically we have access to do these checks, but the game will not expect us to do this at this time until we've collected the main item needed.
Yeah. So my guess would be we either... So there's 2 options I see right here that we could do. It's either going to be a check for mining station, central mining station, or we're going back for temple grounds cleanup. I think I'd prefer the second.
I would agree. I mean, there's a slight problem. Well, no, never mind. I'm thinking of a different problem. Now, we did just defeat Bomb Guardian on JhavA's side, so that opens up Hive Chamber A for Dark Missile Trooper. Yes. We have Power Bomb, so we can get Hive Chamber B. So that's 2 items there.
We have PB, so we can get Dynamo Chamber out of logic and Com Area out of logic. We don't have a lot. We only have this check left in Aegon, and we have Screw Attack and Space Jump, which probably gives us progression on GFMC.
That's fair. Temple Grounds is just loaded early thanks to us having Screw Attack and the power
Exactly.
bombs. And it looks like a Dark Ammo expansion hiding on top of Mining Station A. Oh, it's good to have that for later.
Yeah. One of the biggest differences between Prime and Echoes Combat is Echoes has ammo, so playing around your ammo reserves and like trying to either have enough ammo for your longer fights, magic moth butterfly thingies.
Oh yes,
There's
let's
some stuff.
we'll think about that later when we get to Chica hint.
There's some stuff you will need a good amount of ammo for.
Oh, yes indeed.
So over here we have a. Oh,
Oh,
what the?
nice,
We have echoes.
nice camera angle.
Bro,
Yeah.
I swear to God, in this game, nothing ever goes as planned. And that's just. Is that a missile or is it Amber?
Ah, well, JhavA's going for it, so either way, it's going to be important for us. And it's going to
Oh,
be our
that's
Amber
Amber.
translator. All right.
Oh,
So
that's actually okay. That's big. Ah, actually, yeah, this is not even a bad play. I think we're getting Central Mining Station here as well.
right, Central
So,
Mining had the Amber, and now we can use our Screw Attack and break right into Command Center.
yeah. So this room is a bit tricky, especially for beginners, because there's a high softlock potential here. If you destroy the upper, let's call it hitbox from the floor, right underneath it there's an instant morph trigger that won't let you unmorph for a while, and that's Dark Beam!
Well, this play seriously paid off for both runners.
It sure did.
Oh,
Well, Steve
not
is
both.
actually returning to Sank. Returning to Temple Grounds, as it seems.
Oh, that's going to cost Steve in the long run. Now, granted, it could be that Temple Grounds has some main launchers. It could have super missiles would be nice. It could have bombs. That'll be our biggest thing to find right
Yeah,
now.
so we only have so much checks left without bombs. We have Storage D, which we can peek and pick up technically since we have Dark Beam now. And we have Storage B, which we can get, but we can't get anywhere closer towards bioenergy without bombs. So JhavA will have to turn around here eventually, unless this is just gonna be bombs.
Unfortunately, this logically cannot be bombs due to the way we entered Command Center.
Oh,
Well,
it could.
no. Well, if we find Light Beam, possibly. Unless it is the Screw Attack is in
It could,
logic.
like, there's a lot of items that make this logical. I think Boost Ball makes it logical, main PBs.
Okay, you know what? Oh, we'll just knock it up to Echo's nonsense. Too
Yeah,
much.
exactly, Echoes.
Too much.
I just love the tournament time happening again, like, so much to come again.
Absolutely. I mean, it's bringing a lot of people you wouldn't expect into these races. You know, old and new. It's a good chance to bring members of the community together, and we all have a good time with it.
In the end, we all just love our randomized 20-year-old video game.
Absolutely.
One person just likes the bad game, one person likes the good game.
I'm not going to ask you.
That hill.
I'm not going to ask you which one you think is bad and which one is good.
It's probably, considering the game I'm currently commentating, it's probably for the better that you don't.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to ask you that. But on a side note, Defiled Shrine has a key behind it.
That is interesting. So was Storage D the play then?
It's hard to tell.
It's an SDK.
Well, SDK number 7 on Storage D. Alright, so we know where one of them is. That's good. That puts JhavA in a good position right now. But before we do anything, we will have to reload main reactor and come right back to see that.
Spider?
Well, I was going to say it was a
it can't be Spider. It can't be Spider. It must be grapple then, yeah.
Oh, well, beam
Dark
related.
Oasis is beam related.
Oh, and DMT had a cheeseburger.
That's also good. 2 for 2 is definitely manageable. One power bomb's always kind of because even if Echoes has a better drop system, a 20% casino still is not very optimal. Especially in a race setting where you could get shafted like multiple times.
That's absolutely fair. It looks like this route difference so far has not paid off for Steve. But we can't say that just yet. With that power
Oh
bomb in there,
my
we still have a
god,
lot to
JhavA.
find. Oh, well, hello, Light Beam. That's a
Oh
bit.
god. Yeah, that's a disgusting spot for light beam actually.
Oh, that's gonna put Steve
That's
behind.
oh, that's disgusting.
Well,
Oh
that's all.
no, Reed, why?
Yeah, that's a sub vanilla. Oh, there's an
And that's an
SDK as well.
SDK. Okay. Oh jeez. I
Well,
see what we have here. Okay,
oh,
so
six.
optimal, we don't have a PB, that's sad. Optimal would be morph immediately the PB to kill the first two here. Yeah, exactly, JhavA. You understand, I see.
So with Light Beam being here on Doomed Entry, that's going to put Steve a little bit behind, as you'll have to break your way into Command Center, then hope that Light Beam was here within Dark Aegon. Now the problem with that is it's a point of no return check, and what we mean by point of no return is that when we go this way, we have no safe way of coming back outside of a save warp. We can't take the light portal as, well, we don't have a beam to activate it. And vice versa, if we were to dive into the dark world for any means, no dark beam, no fun times. So Steve's going to have to try to last location light beam and hope that, oh, well, Doomed Entry's open, we don't have much else. We've got to go for it. And there's
Also
STK.
it's lovely how JhavA had no PBs and then broke one Incash while the fight was going and we don't need PBs anymore, gets 2 PBs.
Don't you love the Echo's drop system? And on the flip side, Steve's taking a quick little detour here to communications area. We'll see what's hiding behind bomb block number 1, and it's just another light ammo expansion.
But that light beam definitely let's check Incash 1 for a moment, and I have to say, my original guts feeling was definitely misplaced for the early game of this seed. A curse, no, not a curse, that is
Being Reliquary.
Ing Reliquary, which is gonna be a life support. But due to the Ing Storm that is outside of Ing Reliquary, that's supers. You called it.
I was hoping not to. That's
Well, as Captain MD would have said, I didn't do it on purpose, guys.
I absolutely did not try to do that on purpose.
Hey, that's Mr. Launcher, Vanilla. Oh, come on. Well, there's your reason why we have to go GFMC, so I was kind of correct.
Just for a missile launcher to put our missiles in logic. That's terrible.
I feel bad. Oh, this is actually super punishing for Steve now. We better hope that there's something of worth in, like, Windchamber Gateway. Because otherwise that's gonna be a challenging early game for Steve now.
That's sad. Unfortunately, we're running a 10-minute time loss just on Steve's side.
Yeah.
As far as JhavA goes, they're in a really pristine position right now. Dark beam, light beam, super missile, space jump, screw attack. 90% of it. A good 90% of Aegon can be cleared.
I mean, we have early access to Torvus at this point as well. We have logical access to Torvus.
But that's
which
fair.
is even more impressive.
We could go right through Torbus Lagoon
Well,
without
no,
any
actually,
hassle.
no. Do we?
Yeah. Well,
No
no, we need.
bombs.
Well, no, we don't technically
We
need
could go through
bombs.
Great Temple. Yeah, we could go through Great Temple. We don't have to go through Service Access.
Yeah, just go right through storage. The
Also,
Yeah, we have Amber Translator to lower the gate.
this play JhavA's about to do is not in logic, though. Because if I'm seeing this correctly, which I think I am, JhavA's gonna... Yeah, we're going for early Dark Aegon. Not in logic until we have Dark Suit. And I'd probably recommend to screw attack through this, because this is gonna be damage. And especially if you are on Dolphin, this door may take its time to load.
Yeah, it's still having a hard time with that loading. He's going for it. Oh, and there we
Nice.
go.
The issue is one hazard and now two hazard because... Okay, missile, we can ignore it. Good.
On the flip side, Steve has just made their way towards the elevator for Transport A access in Great Temple. This will get us...
You know what?
What are you thinking?
This needs to be Emerald.
If it's not Emerald, then Steve has to take a save warp.
Well, no, wait, they can... no, logically they can go back, right? They need... That's why they need Screw Tech and main PVs now. They can leave GFMC without Emerald, but...
They could go backwards, right?
Oh, that's bombs!
Well, that's huge for Steve. And Steve, you have power bombs. You can... There you go. Break open the block with it.
Oh, well, how the turns table.
Alright, so for bombs to be found here on Storage A, Transport A,
So,
we logically need main power bombs for our Morph Ball bombs to be logical.
no.
Or no, Screw Attack. Screw Attack breaks that as well.
Yeah, Screw Attack breaks that. The issue is, where is Emerald? Now we now need either Emerald or Dark Visor.
That's fair.
Yeah, Supers also breaks that. Boost Ball breaks it. I think Cannonball breaks it, but Cannonball's never logically. That's actually disgusting. Bombs not by Dark Visor or like Emerald. And we have no sign of it yet on JhavA's side, who has cleared most of Aegon already. The question is JhavA gonna follow the lure into Torvis here, or is JhavA gonna do the Temple Grounds loop and find bombs? Because if JhavA doesn't find bombs soon, that gives Steve a really good shot at catching up right here.
Yeah, if I was thinking on JhavA's side, I would, once I'm done here doing Jump Guardian and in Catch 4, I'd take the, I'd walk back. I wouldn't take the warp. That way we get some Amber Translator hints and Sand Cache. Once all that Aegon cleanup is done, go right for the Hive Chamber loop. There's a suit, by the way, on Junction Site. Do the cleanup for a Hive Chamber. Make that into a play for Compound, as you can get the ship's item. You'll find bombs eventually on Transport A. Then use that for an immediate save warp to take a detour into Meeting Grounds and go right into Torbus Lagoon. Well, okay. Dark Aegon, you are officially the best place to be today.
Annihilate and Incash 4. So yeah, Sandcash could be Emerald. Spider is locking that suit, that is true.
You want to point out, all three beams were found either in Aegon or Dark Aegon. Well, that's pretty impressive.
If we get main PVs right now, we could potentially see an open world seed.
It's entirely possible with so much JhavA has access to.
I mean, honestly, I think if we get like another E, we're in a pretty good shape to already get hints. Okay, so we have Seekers, so we forgot to No, we forgot to open the gate. Oh no, we don't
Which
have bombs, so we can't open the gate. JhavA doesn't have bombs yet.
I'm sitting there wondering what gate you're thinking of. You know, unless we just walk over to the gate and using our bird DNA just physically turn it.
No, obviously we're using Dark Burst. What did you think?
Oh no! Do not mention Dark Burst bomb slots. You can take that right away to the expert tournament, okay?
I don't even think we're gonna see it in there.
I, I highly doubt that we're going to see any sort of anything like that. But how about we have our light beam hint that it's on doomed entry?
Okay. Okay, that's a relief for Steve's side, honestly.
Yeah, Steve's finally made the play back into Aegon, going right for central mining, and will eventually do that dark Aegon loop. Hopefully, especially now that we have bombs. Even though bombs don't really do anything in dark Aegon. And MSA tells us that a Morbus has a missile expansion. All right. Well, we know what a Morbus has. We know that fight is half complete. As unfortunately, well, JhavA probably knows, but we here in the booth don't, as what is hiding behind Mining Plaza.
Now we have one more hint on JhavA's side that we have easy access to. And then we will have to see a rush for bombs at this. Still no sign from Chicas having a quad key.
Yeah, that fight's gone. Nope, we're not doing that.
No, I don't think we are. We still got Airy. Where's K-Rar?
You know, give it time and K-Rar might show up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Alright, so Steve was just entered into Command Center, finding that Dark Beam. That'll hopefully push Steve to make a dive into Dark Aegon, due to the lack of Dark Beam checks accessible at the moment. Now, with that Dark Beam, technically, yeah, we could go right through the main door of Command Center, do both Storage D and Storage B, and then after that, Dark Beam's practically useless until we make the Dark Aegon dive. Oh, and here we see Steve attempting to get the bomb space jump against the spider track.
Lovely.
Oh, we're having a bit of issues with the camera today.
Didn't pull back there. You wanted, like, after the bomb explodes, pull back into the wall. There we go. Let's go, Steve. Good job.
Yep, fantastic work. And just as predicted, JhavA's moving right for the Hive Chamber loop.
Which is gonna eventually lead into bombs if JhavA keeps on track with this, so... I don't even know if JhavA has that much of an edge at this point, because if there's something in Transport Center as an example, Steve is gonna have bombs to get this. Also, we are getting info on the in-cache here that JhavA did not get. I did not read the hint, though. It was misrelated.
That's fair. Steve might have a slight advantage if Late Aegon Labs has anything useful. So, we know that super missiles are here on Cache 3. We can use that to get right into the Light Beam portal, after getting Light Beam, of course. And due to that, we have enough equipment to break into bioenergy production, followed by that Storage C. So that's already 2 extra checks that Steve has. Technically 3 if Steve knows how to break sand processing. And if any of those 3 checks have a major item, that could put Steve slightly ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to wait and see what happens.
I mean, both runners at this point are also on a comfortable amount of ease, so I could see us playing for hints here, at least on Steve's side with the bombs, once we get that light beam. Steve did not grab the hint though for transport, no, not transport, for portal terminal, it's called. Jesus.
Oh, that's fair. If Portal Terminal has anything useful, then Steve can also grab that item. So that'll put JhavA in a slight predicament. Now, do you A, use your newfound bombs to go back to Aegon for cleanup, or B, do you dive into Torvus? Now, the reason I say that, I mean, it could be either one, but I would say go for Torvus. Although, if you're inclined for knowledge, you could take Ventilation Area A thanks to Light Beam, get Sand Canyon, and dive right into Spider's Treasure for a little bit of Sank knowledge.
Yes, but knowing that we have no spider, and maybe these are out of logic, I would probably, just for like visual piece or out of logic plays, I would not push Spider Treasure right now.
Oh, that's fair. Power bombs are still not logical. You're right. Forgot about that.
But Steve is gonna have a longer route here, as we have bombs for them to go through the entirety of laps.
That's true, and it looks like JhavA's doing what we call the item dupe here in Compound. This will get us 2 missile launchers for the price of 1.
Hilariously, this is actually the missile launcher being duped for once. I am still confused, though, as to where our Emerald is. Also Cobalt, that's not the translator we're looking for.
No, but that does push us towards Sanctuary a little bit more. Not enough to dive it, but we could get some useful hints off of it.
Yeah, definitely gives us some useful hints.
Uh-oh, JhavA's debating on going into Transport A. There we go, we made the call.
JhavA has made the call, and he is gonna be rewarded indeed.
Absolutely, we're gonna find those bombs, and we're gonna start making some actual ways into the various areas of this vast, wonderful world of Aegon. Well, not Aegon. We're gonna leave that alone for now. Aether. That's what the planet's called.
What is that on Steve's side?
Looks like an ammo expansion. Oh, and Steve took a slight fall. Trying to climb bioenergy a little too fast. And it appears Ivy, Steve's mentor, is trying to coach Steve through the possibility of getting Storage C. Nope, and it appears we are not going to be seeing that right now. Now, there's a few ways to get Storage C. The vanilla way, we need Spider Ball and Boost Ball, neither of which we have. Method 2, which I personally think is the easier method, is using a screw attack at the right height and just jumping over to the door.
Yeah, but Steve doesn't have super.
Oh, that's right. Why am I saying all this then? Because JhavA has the supers.
Exactly, supers are in storage D.
Well, in that case, Ivy might have been discussing the out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was probably just Limpy out of bounds.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that out of bounds, while it's good, it's not too dangerous. You really don't want to be doing out of bounds this early unless you know what you're going to find.
And yes, Reed Phasing Grounds is open, and I'm pretty sure that is going to be either Dark Rise or Emerald at this point, because I think it has to be.
And here we have confirmation that Umos 2 is just hiding a missile expansion. Now we may see JhavA go right for key hints, but we're going to bypass that right now. It looks like we'll come back to it later.
Oh, good job, Dark Samus. Thank you for jumping.
And there's the hint for Morph Ball bombs.
Gee, thanks, game.
Locked behind an area where you need bombs to get to.
This game, really.
Well, no, I can see that happening. You don't need bombs to come here. We could just go right back through tasks and cut through this transport C access. So no, I guess that hint could be pretty good if we didn't do the go right into transport A. And here we
So
see
we're
Steve.
34 minutes into the seed, and honestly, I still think JhavA has a slight lead here. Because when it comes to cleanup, Steve definitely will have like better routing options due to their cleanup with bombs being more efficient. And also just the fact of how much more Aeon we can do right now with bombs. That item still has me curious. What is that? I cannot make that out.
I want to
That's
put.
just an E-tank, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like an E-tank. But no, I agree with what you're saying, Jay. Steve does have the advantage for late game cleanup due to the fact we're doing a majority of Aegon, thanks to bombs being found before entering labs.
Though if this is a jet seed, then that also probably could hurt Steve in the long run.
It could,
We
but
just it all comes down to, does Steve go for doomed entry here, which it doesn't currently look like.
Oh no, Steve! Please turn around! Turn
No,
around and
Steve
use
has
the portal,
bombs.
Steve!
Steve has bombs. Steve wants to go Dark Aegon to the
Okay,
front.
okay, that
But that's
it's
gonna give him
okay.
damage.
It'll get the information for Light Beam, and we'll
Yeah.
find it as we can cut right through Warrior's Walk. So it's okay. We're not in trouble. And Lenofus makes a great point in chat. We will get Annihilator Beam due to this. And have a morphology for the Torvus pod. That is not what we wanted. We wanted to know that.
Related and poisoned. This game.
And I'm being reminded that we can't go through Warrior's Walk as I'm forgetting we don't have supers again.
We have
On Steve's
Super
side.
Saiyan Cash 1. Super Saiyan Cash 1, right. Oh, we're checking MSB first, okay. That's a play I like, honestly. MSB always has like decent enough hints.
I get the terrible feeling that Steve's going to do a last location on that light beam.
I'm pretty sure we're in for that already, yep. But that light beam is in a horrible position, though.
Absolutely. You have to take the risk to find it.
Exactly. And I would not, like... I'm gonna be honest here, I would not, like, tell anyone. Oh!
Gravity boost.
Huh.
Well, we have...
Vanilla cheeseburger.
Now, we do have the equipment to get that gravity boost if Steve wants it. And there's Emerald on abandoned worksite.
And there's the hint for Quad also being that all Guardians dead. Steve is gonna go for the BSJs right here. I don't know if a singular BSJ is gonna be enough. I think you need a double.
And Path of Roots tells us that a Morph Ball system is in Torvus Energy.
Which is gonna be really convenient for JhavA as we are right here.
Now for what Steve's doing on this bomb space jump. Oh, we almost had it.
Well, we're trying to go for the sandblock there.
Yeah, so to explain, for those of you who are new, and who might not be familiar with Echoes or Prime, what we're doing is attempting a trick known as a bomb space jump, or a BSJ for short. In turn, we're pushing our back against a piece of collision, moving slightly forward and morphing at the same time. By doing that, we're forcing the camera to be behind us, but also in a locked position. We'll place down some bombs, we'll do a bomb jump, and then we'll hit our unmorph button as soon as possible. Now, due to that camera being locked behind us, that camera wants to play the unmorphing animation. Unfortunately, there's no room for that animation to play, so the animation itself just gets skipped. And because that animation is skipped, we have a few frame window where we can input a jump, and in turn a screw attack, which Steve is attempting. I could be completely wrong on that explanation, so any advice would be great on that. But I'm not the most technical person in this booth here, Jay.
That's Boost Ball. Let's go Boost. That's our fastest way of traversing this game.
Yes, it is.
And oh my god.
Incash 2 has a major upgrade.
Oh, that's so bad for Steve, actually. Because that's gonna get JhavA right back on track to Aegon, which might end up in JhavA also getting Graft Boost, which basically at this point eradicates any advantage Steve would gain from getting bombs before the Aegon boom.
Oh, that's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, you don't have to like always pull back. The idea is just that if your camera is obstructed in any of the Prime games, you can get something we call an instant unmorph, where the game can't play the animation, so you just within a frame are placed back in Samus POV, which basically ends in a rule that in the first 21 frames you could, after getting an instant unmorph, input a jump.
I do want to point out there is a backup method that Steve could do here in Mining Station B, and as far as the backup method goes, one of my personal favorites. We activate the drill, we raise the drill by 1 level, then we do a slope jump against the left wall closest to the light beam door, use that to land on the raised drill, then do another slope jump to stand on a piece of collision, and screw attack over to the item. Unfortunately,
we are giving up on this right now, though. Which is fair. We gave it a couple of shots, and we don't want to let it consume too much time.
Absolutely,
so, yeah,
you know.
I can see why to
many
up on that item right now.
We
have the info.
Well, information is always going to be key. Just as JhavA's jumping over Meditation Vista, and that tells us that we have light ammo hiding here. Followed by a previous hint telling us that the Hive Temple keys can be found in areas we don't care about, as the Hive Temple gate can be skipped in a multitude of ways.
I just realized something funny, by the way.
What's that?
Every single Guardian was hinted in Aegon.
Well, we call this...
And there's Grapple. Okay,
well,
every single movement system in Aegon, I guess.
Okay, we call this an oops all Aegon seed.
Well, except for... What's it called? Except for Screw Tech.
Oh, that's fair. Screw Tech we found on Albert.
And Albert, we have the hint for Graft Boost in Aegon, which is going to be helpful for JhavA if we get there eventually.
I'd say it's probable. The Mineshaft Mining Station B loop is a good one to go for if you're in the area.
I mean, JhavA has the info about a major and Incash 2, which is logically reachable right now. Well, I say that, and then bombs are still out of logic for both players, so wherever that might lead us to.
Yeah, so what do we theoretically need to get our bombs? I mean, we
we have Emerald. Wait, where was Emerald?
Emerald was here in Torvis. On abandoned worksite.
Can we logically reach that without bombs? I don't think so.
Well, thinking if we
No.
if we go through Aegon proper, then you turn back. Well, let's see. But in order to get that, we would need Dark Beam, which, well, Dark Beam's logical, right?
Yes.
So if Dark Beam's logical, we don't. We need Light Beam. Is Light Beam logical?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Dark Beam, Light Beam. We would need Space Jump or Grapple Beam, but in this case we had Space Jump. Technically Grapple Beam, but we have Screw Attack, so I'd say it's logical to get Emerald.
And this would probably be the worst logic chain for bombs I've seen in a while, honestly.
Oh, and Steve has finally found the Light Beam on Doomed Entry.
I'm not going for supers? Oh no.
No, I think Steve's going right for Battleground just to check it.
And that's fair. They see it's an STK, we have to fight things.
My favorite way of doing this Battleground fight, take out your Annihilator Beam if you have it, fire it at one little light bulb, and just sit back and wait for like 15 seconds. They all go scrambling for it.
Like a moth with the light.
Alright, how long were you waiting to use that pun?
Since when are we in this call?
About 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, about that time.
Alright. Sounds good.
But that's why I love commentating. There's just a lot of dumb stuff that can occur that's just gonna make funny moments happen.
Absolutely, and here we see a game-breaking decision. JhavA is deciding to go for STK hints.
Honestly, yeah. We have bombs, we have all translators, we have supers, we have seekers, we have screw attack. Like, we could be in potential spider go mode. Knowing where one suit is that is spider locked. And then also just and that is Dark Visor required.
Oh, do we have something hiding in War Ritual Grounds?
It is an SDK.
Well, the good thing about that, we can just leave War Ritual Grounds until the very end when we're going to Gateway.
Yes. But that, yeah, exactly. If that's Spider in Incash 2, that also means we have a bounty hunt for Dark Visor, which is not optimal to say the least.
No, it's not. Sadly, with how massive this game is, with over 200 item locations,
200? Isn't it 125?
I might be thinking of. I think I might be thinking of a different game.
I think you're thinking of Dread with the 215. It is.
Well,
I think.
Look at me. I can't do numbers right. Going back to STK hints for a second.
STK 8 is a cursed lake.
Well, we had that hinted.
STK 9 is O'Lear. STK 1 is Dynamo Works. War Ritual Grounds is 2. Sack Chamber is 4.
Love a Grapple Guardian.
Thank Map is 5.
That's Light Suit.
What was that one?
Hazing Cliff.
That certainly is some rude placement.
Yeah, we're going to be here for a while. And before we do anything, looks like JhavA's doing what we call a death warp. We took the recent save station back at landing site. That way, when we... Well, no, we never went to landing site. We went to Torvus. We took the Torvus Lagoon save station. My bad. We used that so that when we do die here, we can just come right back to Torvus and continue along. That's a fast way of coming back. Okay, so let's go through our SDKs together. So down below, we're gonna put our SDKs in chat for everyone. So number one, we had Battleground, which was free. Storage D, the freebie. O'Lear, well, technically we do need Grapple Beam, but we have Screw Attack, so O'Lear's open. A Cursed Lake, we are missing Dark Visor for. Dynamo Works, we need Spider Ball and Boost Ball to get. Boost Ball, which we know is on Torvus Energy. War Ritual Grounds, we need Dark Visor for. Sacrificial Chamber, we can get that right away. Although nobody wants to fight Grapple Guardian. Sank Map Station, either A, we need Light Suit, or B, we need a really ridiculous out of bounds. And then Hazen Cliff is a freebie. So at most, we're missing a Light Suit and a Dark Visor, followed by a Spider Ball. And now is a good time to point out, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or inquiries, or any complaints about today's race, please direct them to Reed Whaley in chat, as Reed is our fantastic host of today's race.
The Gomor of this seed is definitely spooky, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't like how this is going today. The Sanctuary's got a lot of good plays to it, and the one that really throws the loop into everything is Sacrificial Chamber, just trying to get to lower Dark Torvus.
It's Sacrificial Chamber and Dynamo Works also.
Well, Dynamo Works we could possibly have a good key on. And when it comes to Dynamo Works, there's two possible item locations. Location number one is right after you defeat Spider Guardian. And key location 2, which is the preferred for these runners, is right at the end of the exit tunnel.
But then we also have to account that slope jump that you were thinking of is tricky. Like,
yeah.
Tricky.
Yeah, it's a bad one. But, I mean, would you rather fight Spider Guardian? Or would you rather hope to get the slope jump?
Honestly, for the longest time in my life, I'd rather have fought Spider Guardian.
Really?
Yes, only with the latest Echoes tournament I actually sat down to learn that slope jump. Before that, I was absolutely gonna fight Spider Guardian and ignore that slope jump exists.
Yeah, I'd be right there with you. I've tried that slope jump for hours, and I can't recall ever getting it.
JhavA also having a beautiful layer called In Cache 1.
And here we see another example of Jump Guardian Skip done by Steve. Jump Guardian Skip's probably going to be seen in every race throughout this tournament.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
And in short, what it entails, every time we enter Judgment Pit for the first time, Jump Guardian's hitbox will always be spawned in front of the little Chozo statue. Because the hitbox is still active when it's loaded in, we can get up to the hitbox and just fire Light Beam at it. Or any weapon for reference. But for some odd reason, Light Beam shots, specifically uncharged, deal double damage. Which is a very interesting coincidence.
JhavA immediately taking care of the Cradley there.
Yeah, we can always get in the way. And first try. First try.
3BJ, not bad.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8, actually.
Alright, maybe a 7.5. And thanks to us having Light Beam, we go right into storage A. And it's just some light ammo.
So what's the play here? I feel like we push Dark Aegon and go for that major in cache 2 afterward. If that's Spider, I'd probably get Dark Suit and then push Spider's treasure here, as we have the most most of the hints remaining are in Sank.
That's a good reminder. Yeah, if I had to throw a route out, just eyeballing it here, as you mentioned, Jay, most of our remaining equipment is in Sanctuary. We do have that one detour we need for Sacrificial Chamber, and that could throw a curveball into the loop, as we Sanctuary Fortress does have a lower Torvus elevator, but that would entail what we call statue skip. Now, if these runners are familiar and comfortable with statue skip, they could save Torvus for last.
We don't want to see Steve do it. Steve doesn't have the Torvus Temple layer triggered.
That's fair. Yeah, we really don't want to do statue skip at all.
No, JhavA is fine doing statue skip.
Well, I mean, JhavA did Torvus Temple already.
Exactly. If Steve does it, Steve has to save warp out of, well, either save warp or go back to Sank.
Right,
because we won't be able to take the elevator into Upper Torvus.
Well, no. Do we even need Upper Torvus? Well, we need Torvus energy for boost ball. Yeah.
A, Torvus energy. B, Steve doesn't know that we don't really need Upper Torvus right now.
Yeah, that's fair. So let's throw statue skip out the window for today. So if we exclude that from the thought process, if I were JhavA, I know that I've got the major on in cache 2, so I'm gonna make a line right for that as you recommended. Once we're done there, I'd probably go right for Spider's treasure, do some sanctuary cleanup, as you already have a good majority of your majors. And due to Torvus Temple already being done, we have the boost ball. We leave Sacrificial Chamber for absolutely last. Once we're done in Torvus with Sacrificial Chamber, take the save station warp at the... Nope, there is no save station up top. We'd have to go back to Light Torvus, then take the save station. And then we'll be all set.
There totally is a save station up top.
Okay. I probably just never used it then.
So, my thought process here, right? What's most likely going to happen here in Cache 2 is there's either going to be Spider, Dark Visor, or Suit, right? Because if we look at our tracker, we're missing main TVs, we're missing Spider, we haven't seen both progresses still, so we're still lacking one. We're missing Echo and Dark Visor. So, yeah, JhavA's not going there is... Yeah, I agree with you, Leno. That feels... I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. But, like, what's gonna happen is that's either gonna be a Suit or Spider or Dark Visor. And with that, either Sank Entrance is gonna look really, really good in here, or we are looking at a probably Pod W play, or Sank Spider side continuing into Upper Sank is gonna look really good.
That's fair.
With us knowing though that stuff like Olier, Hazing Cliff, etc., Dynamo Works, like we have 4 SDKs in Sank right now. No, 3, but we have 3 SDKs in Sank right now that are not all accessible, so I'd probably lay off on Sank until we either pick up the major in Cache 2, or until we don't really have choice anymore. And logically, like, sometimes I like to wait till logic hits me, like, in the back of my head, try to remember me, hey, go there, if you know what I mean.
Right, no, I understand.
Because I feel like putting off those checks might be rewarding for us, but that's SDK number 3 for JhavA. Sorry, go on.
But no, you're fine. I was just clearing a cough. I've been coughing all day today.
Oh Jesus, might be in need of a beautiful, beautiful tea.
You know what? Some tea would be nice right about now. It
As
all
Uncle
come.
Iroh would have said, a little bit of jasmine tea.
Well, thank you, Iro. I will take your advice to heart. All right. While the tea starts brewing, let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So, it's that time of the race, folks. We're coming up on our 1 hour mark. And it's time for what I call the 1 hour rundown, where we evaluate both runners' current positions and estimations for what will happen in the next 30 to 40 minutes. Well, we could be seeing a sub 2 if everything's done well. So, if they move quick enough and have clean plays, it could happen.
It could, but for that to happen, we are still in 3 majors go mode. Heading in for on 1 major.
Hey, you never know. We could stumble across them back to back. It's unlikely, but hey, anything's possible.
It would be hilarious if Storage C is major, honestly.
That would just be painful. Storage C is just, if you skip it, have fun trying to route it back in at any time in your race.
Yes, but you have to see the fun. Storage C and Incash 2 both being a major would be kind of funny.
Oh, just put Light and Dark World having majors today, huh?
Exactly.
Well, how about we put a beam-related upgrade on Poison Bog? Would that suffice?
We knew. This was known. We knew this already. Maybe that's our unlimited beam memo. Things we will never know.
Yep, as we are never going to get that item, as it's just be too far out of the way. Depending on where the last suit is. But we know where one suit is over in Junction Site. Still locked behind Spider Ball, which we have not yet come across.
Everyone's favorite room. And Area B.
Ah, yes. Going through this ventilation shaft, getting hit by multiple lasers, and just wasting a good 30 seconds.
I'm gonna say what I always say, there's 2 rooms that Echoes would really, really benefit from having Spring Ball. It's this, and it's Plaza Access. I don't think that there's any other room where I'd say Spring Ball is needed in this game, but those 2 definitely do it.
Oop, JhavA's too far to the right.
Well, the bonk might save it. No. Hello there.
Yep, these 2 pirates are just spawned in waiting. Their trigger is right after the door.
Rule. If you skip this cutscene, you have a Metroid on your face. Unwritten rule. Can't change the system. Skip the cutscene, wake up with Metroid.
Well, I mean, you could theoretically just defeat all the Metroids first, then the pirates.
The chances of that happening, though, with the 1 PB are very low.
Well, I did say theoretically. I said theoretically. It wasn't a perfect plan.
Oh. That's
all right. So now JhavA's going
different standable than I'd use.
Right, there is a backup method for Storage C. Here in Bioenergy, if we jump on the middle platform, we'll jump on top of this raised arm, and we have just enough standing room for this little morph ball cutout from the spider ball track. We can input a space jump, and at the peak of our second jump, input a screw attack. That gets us just enough height to bounce over to Storage C.
Nicely done. And now we have Incash 2 remaining, leading us into, I'd say, mid to late game here actually already.
I agree.
Don't have that much to do anymore. Steve now also getting the bad news of the required Dark Visor at this point.
Yeah, and for Aeon Waste was surprisingly loaded today. So many major upgrades.
Yeah, I feel like this was really an oops all. Oh Jesus!
Nice lag spike.
Yep, Dolphin. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, the game that makes Dolphin cry.
Oh, and Steve's got to be careful. Running on just 1 E tank now. But we
So
have
to put it
just
together, Steve has definitely gotten randoed in the early game, which is unfortunate for them.
sad.
JhavA pretty much god routed the early game, but then had this slight flaw here with Incash too. I think we should have routed this earlier. But well, that also depends on which major this is, because if this is Spider, then we're actually fine right now.
Yeah, that's fair. But unfortunately, without the lack of Annihilator Beam, and with that being all the way back on Incash 4, it would be a gamble to take Incash 4 all the way back over here to Incash 2.
I don't think Steve is gonna get every STK hint.
He'll get him. He'll get it. He's got enough health. And he's got one more to scan. Two more to scan. Oh yeah, he's definitely got it. 12 seconds. Or not even 12 seconds. Alright, Steve, get your scan and get moving. Close. No, yeah, almost! One key that
And
Steve
it
is not
as
aware.
predicted, it's Echo Visor. It was a bait.
Alright.
It's
Well,
not a go mode item.
nope, we're not sure if we need Echo Visor yet or not. There's a handful of checks that we can get because of it, but it's not. It's not.
Leno, instead of Profane Path, anyone? Tank Entrance, anyone?
And then I'll
Just
throw
saying.
if you're gonna throw Sank Entrance out, I might as well throw Sentinel's Path.
Yeah, but the thing is, we can't logically get Tank Entrance right now. We still don't have main PBs exactly. Leno just pointed it out as well.
Yeah.
So we're still
Speaking of
lacking main
which,
PBs.
well, the good thing is we don't need main power bombs to access any part of Upper Torvus or most of lower Torvus. At that, it could be hiding here.
Yes, but we kind of know that Apatos is pretty dead.
Yeah, Upper Torvus only really had Emerald Translator for us.
And Boost Ball.
Right, and the boost ball and our entry controller.
So
Yeah, we still have
I'd
Torvus.
probably say there's a good chance Dark Visor is actually in Phase and Grounds. Because I genuinely think that we kind of would have needed bombs to get towards Emerald. Or Spider. Spider would also be pretty useful at this point. Yeah, we also need it for Sank Entrance, I guess. I think pushing Sank here might be the best play, though. As we don't need Spider or... Well, actually, we need Dark Visor to push Sank through Sank Entrance, so, huh. Is Lower Torvus just the play here? At this point, I'd probably try to peek what's in a W. High, low. Missile. Read, those are beginners. Why would you say something like this? We don't want them to have bad time. What is that? What was that?
Whatever it was not worth it. And due to the fact JhavA does not have Dark Visor, they're just going to take a Death Warp to the last save station, which I believe was back in Torvus, possibly.
No, we stayed in Great Temple.
We did take a Great Temple save? Okay. Well, that saves us a
But
little bit of walking.
but we kind of just want to go back to Torres at this. I would probably like take my words back and not check Pod W because looking at the hint sheet, we have a key and a cursed lake that we best case scenario one way. And we know that Pod W isn't in logic until we either get Spider or a different suit. So yeah, I think we just want to go lower Torres here. Gonna give us a lot of info because there's still like 4 hints down there? 3 hints? 3 hints.
Well, the good thing is Steve's making their way over to Torvus Energy. They'll be able to pick up the boost ball and get a free emerald hint. Now, with that being said, Steve is in a good position to make a dive right to lower Torvus. Now, the problem is we do not have gravity boost. Now, grav boost was hiding all the way back on mining station B. Now, there's a good amount we can do. We can get training chamber, sacrificial chamber. We can get pretty much almost all. We can get what is it? Under temple access. And well, no, we can't do alpha blog. We're gonna have to leave that behind. So we got a handful of stuff we can do. And if Steve really wants, that could route right into a sanctuary play and start doing some sank cleanup, despite the fact we are missing Spider Ball. But even without Spider Ball, we do have Annihilator. So their only real problem would be... Well, no, we're going to be on this side of mini gyro chamber. So nope, Steve could go for his safe sank play.
We are checking Pod W.
Yeah, Planet Dark Worship. No, thankfully, if it is important, JhavA does have enough health to make it back, and that's main power bombs. Okay, so that's our power bomb logic. We have to get Pod W.
Which means either Spider or a different suit. It's locking main PBs. Slowly the puzzle is becoming a picture at this point.
That's fair. If Spider Ball is sound, not locked behind a power bomb check, then that would complete the entire logic chain that we've broken since the start.
Yes. We are probably going to Aegon here just to go to Torvus. I think this is also just the fastest way into Torvus, so yeah, that's fair.
It would be the fastest to lower, yeah. As we can tell, we'll head right into Aegon. We go to Transport Center, use the Transport Center elevator that gets us right to Torvus Temple, and that dives right into a Under Temple not Under Temple, Hydro Dynamo Station. I'm thinking Dark World. Yep, and just as predicted, JhavA's going right for Torvus Bog, thanks to Transport Center's elevator.
Yeah, but again, that's just like the fastest, most optimal way to route, I guess. Pushing lower Torvus here. You got 3 hints, you got another key bearer hint, you have like the highest check density of in-logic checks right now. Like it's either we do this or we just go for straight checks. and with us still needing like 4 majors, 3 majors, I think this is best play possible. No, we want to get some missiles before we go down there.
So we do have a question posed if suitless boost guardian is logical, and that is technically still open due to the amount of energy tanks that we have.
Is it though?
I mean, we got a solid amount of energy. We could technically
Yeah, but
fight
I
boost
think,
guardian with this number.
but I'm pretty sure that Session reworked Torva's logic, and if I remember correctly, anything that anything that you have Dark Suit for in vanilla requires Dark Suit in the tournament settings.
Oh, was unaware we had that change.
Because of we don't have we don't have Suitless Dark Ether in logic.
Okay, so putting that into mind, is it
Let me take a
logical?
look.
No. Can we do it? Absolutely. Would it be hilarious if Boost Guardian had Spider Ball? 100%. And there's our
Yeah,
first joke into the run.
any of the following has a suit. And
Well,
then either Power Bomb or Combat Intermediate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just straight up need a suit for Boost Guardian to be in logic.
yeah,
Because
if you're absolutely right. If we do need Dark Suit logically in that sense, then it would make sense for the tournament settings to have it as well.
good player pickup. Hey, the first of them. Unlimited beam ammo. Hey,
Well, that's good to
everyone's
find.
favorite.
And JhavA pulling off a great screw attack to hit the light crystal behind the piece of collision due to screw attack's hitbox. So we can use that to break right into Under Transit 1, get this item free, and with a well-timed screw attack,
Unlimited missiles.
well, look at that. We know where Unlimited Beam and Unlimited Missiles are now.
It's actually kind of hilarious.
Oh, I'm surprised JhavA's not going to fight Grapple Guardian backwards, though. Might as well just go through the
Probably.
front door.
Yeah, you have to go for the front door anyway.
Well, no, we have screw attack. We could bonk our way up. Yeah, we put a power bomb down that blows open the side grate. Use screw attack to get bonked up onto the platform, and then go to the main door. Well, but it doesn't look like we're going for Grapple Guardian at all right now. And here we see JhavA over in Transit Tunnel. Oh, I want to see this one is east. One locked behind Annihilator Beam. Now, will this have our Spider Ball? Maybe a Dark Visor? Or are we just going to find a useless red key? Oh, it's strength. Okay, TTS is Annihilator. TTE is on the other side with the Dark Beam. Oh, we found our light suit.
Where is it?
Hydro chamber storage. There is a suit on Alpha Blog.
Let's go.
That is a terrible place to have a suit. There to the morph ball related item in dungeon.
Oh no. This siege
I,
has
ju-
turned from fine to bad real fast.
I just want to point out there's a possibility that dungeon has spider ball.
Yep.
And here's how that would work for those wondering. What do you mean it's not spider ball? Have
But actually,
spider
no,
ball
it
on
can't.
dungeon. What do you
It
mean no,
can't.
it's not?
Darksuit is locked by Spider.
No, come on. Why you gotta ruin my fun?
Hey, double damage as well.
No,
Low
don't
multiplayer
ruin my
pickups for
fun.
an entire hour, and now they all start coming together.
You know, every time I think I'm on a roll, yeah, everyone just shuts it down.
Yes.
I
But
hate
yeah,
this commentary
the
booth.
fact that Darksuit. Oh.
Well, we know Dark Pfizer's here.
I usually don't want to be the one to pull any decisions early, but I think that's a major lead for JhavA. Like, this is really bad for Steve.
Yeah, Steve is not in a good position right now. Lower Torvis hints are giving us so much useful information. Oh, and Steve is yet to have gravity boost. So that could put a small hindrance on
Exactly, that's the big
movement.
issue. JhavA can get Graph Boost, JhavA can get Darksuit right here, right now.
Yeah.
Which also puts in Logic main PBs and can go dive for, like, dive into Dark Torvis and like try to find Dark Visor. While Steve will have to go back for Graph Boost, which is not optimal at all.
Yeah, I mean, Steve could technically go right into lower Torvis, but without that gravity boost, it's just not going to be a fun time.
The issue is just we're in a one-item go mode now.
I mean, we have the information that Dark Visor's in Dark Torvis, respectfully.
Yes, so we are in Spider go mode.
Yeah, and we're about to get the first suit.
And now suddenly, Sank looks a lot more promising. I don't know. I'd probably go take my Dark Visor and pray for Sank.
Nope. And here we see the Alpha Blog, a very terrible creature. Oh, this fight
is going through a BSJ with JhavA.
Yeah, this fight used to give me so many headaches as a kid. And he still does today. I mean,
you tell me.
But that's okay, as they've figured out a way to skip Alpha Blog. All right. So we're getting the camera locked, going for the instant unmorph from the bomb jump.
There
Gravity
we
boost.
Go. Nice
Gravity boost gets us the height, and we are done.
Surely we are checking on the temple access right here.
Yeah, you might as well. It's a free item. Meanwhile, Steve is
Okay, we are. I was about to say.
Well, I mean, I'd probably just do this and go right for Sacrificial Chamber. Yeah, you know Dark Visor's here, so might as well chat. Well, there's not many dark Well, never mind.
Yep, that was honestly to be expected.
I'm sitting here trying to put logic out for where can you go currently without Spider Ball. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Dark Visor's right here.
Honestly, at this point, get Grapple Guardian and push for Sank as hard as you can, because we have all the hints in Sank remaining except of Fall of Combat Mastery, and we really, really want a Spider hint as of right now. We don't want to go to have a treasure hunt for Spider.
Yeah, no, we really don't. We don't want that at all.
Exactly. That's the issue, Leno. Like, Spider has so many locations where it could be at this point. We really just don't want to have to gamble. It can be vanilla, yes. It cannot be airy. Good thing.
That's the one positive that we said in a while.
Yes.
Spider Ball cannot be airy due to the fact we need Spider Ball to get into airy.
It's also the question for whom it is positive, because I'm pretty sure there are some people in chat who would enjoy the good old airy.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I love a good airy fight like the next bounty hunter. But it's a difference when you're watching someone do airy and when you're yourself are physically doing the fight.
Trust me, as like a tournament player, I am absolutely on your side there. But for once, I am not the one that has to endure chat. I am part of chat for once.
Yeah, that's fair. So let's go and start thinking about this for both runners. What do we still have remaining to do? Let's go. So let's
Boost
go.
Guardian. We have nothing in Light Aegon left to clear. We have nothing in Dark Aegon left to clear besides of. Oh, you know what could be a thing? Let me check my hints sheet.
All right.
So
Well,
we
you
have
do.
2 keys in Sky Temple Ground. I'm pretty sure that the central. I'm pretty sure we had a morph related somewhere in the ink caches, no?
Unfortunately, I can neither confirm nor deny that. My notes don't have anything related to it.
No, we only had the one in dungeon. Through attacking into the tunnel and transit station should not be logical for Spider.
And it looks like Steve is back in Aegon Wastes doing some cleanup there, trying to find some major upgrades. Now, I don't believe Steve has found the information here in Lower Torbus, as well, they haven't gone to Lower.
We have a
So,
lot on. Sorry, we have a lot on Sank though.
yeah,
I think we just have to commit to Sank here. Either Sank or Upper Dark Torbus, but we really are running out of options on JhavA's side.
yeah, JhavA's starting to get limited, while sadly Steve has a lot more they can be doing. But unfortunately, due to the lack of information provided by the hints today, Steve doesn't have the knowledge on where to really be pushing for. So it's at that point you start getting desperate, and it's like, well, maybe I should start full clearing areas and hope to come across something.
Yeah, I think what makes this seed a bit annoying right now is the mages being so early and so like check dense, right? You get a lot of mages early, but the hints providing like only very, very limited info. When you like look at Aegon and all 3 guardians are hinted in Aegon early, that's kind of bad routing wise. Good old game of where's the door. I hate this room sometimes.
Absolutely. I've gotta love that ghost movement. Sometimes the doors load quickly, and other times it loads like a cursed lake, and you're sitting there for almost a full minute before it opens.
And other times it loads.
Or yeah, you try to load the door and it just crashes the hardware.
One of my favorites. And especially Mad Vista is really well known for that, actually.
Yeah, that one and the door from Cat West leading into Reactor Core and Sanctuary.
Oh, you mean main research? Yeah.
Research, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Cat West is also crashy if you haven't fought Caretaker yet.
Well, in all honesty, no one wants to fight Caretaker.
I had to do it the other day. It was an interesting experience. Steve definitely is about to find that Echo Visor, but I don't think that's gonna be very helpful for Steve at this point. As we have already seen that Echo has like nearly no mages behind yet. Maybe there is something blocked by Echo and Sank. Spider could be in like Sentinel's Path or main gyro.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. And now that Steve has Annihilator Beam and Echo Visor, it very well could be pushing Steve and Ivy towards a Sanctuary play. You could. Well, we don't have Dark Visor, so we couldn't go through we could get Sank Entrance itself. No, we can't. We don't have Spider Ball. So we can't do the Sank Entrance side at all. We'd have to go through either Aegon Spider side or a Torvus Vault. Now, if we go through Spider side, well, that's not going to do us much good anyway, due to the fact you need Spider Ball to really get into main gyro, and through Cat East. Oh, so unfortunately, hopefully Steve realizes you can't do much in Sanctuary based on current locations, and you really have to start going towards Torvus as it's got a majority of your items. But unfortunately, Steve's going to come into the problem of, hey, we don't have gravity boost. Do we really want to be diving through here? Also, with that being said, due to them having Boost Ball, they could go back to Aegon and get Gravity Boost, and in turn use the Aegon Torvus elevator to play into lower Torvus. Steve does have a variety of options available to him. But on the flip side, going back to JhavA for a minute, JhavA has Dark Visor, Annihilator, Echo, all beams, where he's in great position. And due to that Dark Visor alone, that puts us ahead. Now, the hard part is we're still missing Spider Ball, so due to the lack of said Spider Ball, it's more about, well, now we gotta start trying to full clear areas and hope to stumble across it or find a hint for it. So once JhavA finds Spider Ball, they're all set. They can go right for keys, finish this game out, be all done. Steve, on the other hand, again, they do have to find that Spider Ball, but without Dark Visor or Gravity Boost, making him play for lower Torvus can be quite difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult.
Yeah, so right now we're getting to the part where options are just very limited, I feel like.
Yeah, JhavA's not having much else to do outside of full clearing Torvus and then moving into Sanctuary. Steve, on the other hand, it's It's hard to accurately say, as I'm not too familiar with this specific situation. But knowing Ivy, with Ivy as Steve's mentor, Ivy's got a great way of routing and critical
Yeah.
thinking, so that could be a benefit for Steve.
We are skipping Boost Guardian?
Oh, JhavA doesn't have any power bombs.
Are we actually going back for PB here? We have double damage and under team ammo.
Oh, you know what? With that double damage, it would be great if we had Sunburst.
Yes, it would, but I guess Lightning would have also just done drop at this rate.
But it appears we have a slight synchronization error. So just give us just a few moments here.
Echoes.
Now, the good thing is we still have audio, so we can hear what's happening, at least on JhavA's side. Just from the
Oh, no.
audio, nope.
I have video feed. Do you not?
Oh, I have video feed, but it's on a still image.
No. But mine is perfectly fine. Maybe just try to restart the Discord stream. But yeah, Boost Guardian, not the major we're looking for. I think we just have to book it to Sank here. We're running out of options to choose from. And with the other two areas on JhavA side pretty much being full cleared, we're getting into a position in which Sank is the only play.
All right, and we're back. It appears I had a slight technical problem on my side. That's why I couldn't see anything.
Oh. Okay, glad you fixed that though. Nothing really interesting happened. We thought Boost Guardian was dead. So only option as of right now is pushing Sank.
Yeah, well, if Boost Guardian had nothing, there's really no other Torvus check JhavA could do. So Sanctuary has to have something. Sanctuary has to have Spider Ball at this point. Especially with the fact that we have Echo Visor. It could be.
Can we reach the screw attack wall in under tempo?
Oh.
Is there like
yes.
a beginner BSJ with graph boost to reach that portal in Hydro Chamber?
I want to say yes, But I feel like that might be a triple BSJ just due to the height of the spider ball track. But I'm not going to say 100% certain, as it is quite a high wall. But if that wall is low enough to where we can get our gravity boost to reach it, then absolutely it could be on that wall.
Hmm.
Although no, I don't even think even with that logic it wouldn't be on the wall. It is not a fun seat today.
It is a very long seat. If we like wanna go back 40 minutes, you wanna like go back on your words back then?
No, I think I'm going to keep them. Aren't you the one who said it might have been a jet seat?
I said it might be a jet seat. You said it could be true. It's up too.
Well, we're only an hour 40 minutes in, and JhavA has 5 STKs.
Yes, and JhavA's, even if JhavA would find Spider right now, JhavA still had to pick up O'Lear, Sank Map, Spider Guardian,
Okay, I
War
get the point. Yeah, Sank Map's going to be the catalyst for this, as you got to come all the way back when you find Spider Ball to get Junction Sight Suit. Unless catHuman wants to guide JhavA through the out of bounds.
Oh, I am 100% sure we are not going to see that.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Because that out of bounds is really hard.
Oh yeah, it's extremely difficult. It's like hyper mode level. Alright, so let's go on and make our way through Spider's Treasure. Here we have a red key. A glorious red key.
Did
But
we
we're just
pick up
going to leave it be.
Hazencliff already?
Yes, Hazencliff has been collected.
Right, Steve didn't pick it up yet.
Right. So now JhavA's making their way over towards Hive Gyro Chamber. And this will be our logical access to actually get towards into a Dynamo Works due to the lack of Spider Ball. So because we don't have Spider Ball, we have to lower this Dark Visor Seeker portal gate. By us lowering the portal, it'll transport us in front of it, and we can use the light portal to get back into Sanctuary. And Steve's going for main power bombs without a suit. Gotta be careful though, he's down to 3 E-tanks. If he's 2 E-tanks, you've got to get that screw attack off fast, no. Steve. You cannot bonk, you have to screw attack immediately. Alright, he's safe.
That was so close.
Alright, Dynamo works. Hive Dynamo has a missile related.
Hive Dynamo at least.
Nope. And that STK on Dynamo is on the tunnel. So there is a probability of seeing Dynamo skip.
And there is no, what you're saying is there is a probability of seeing Vanilla Spider Ball. Also,
yes.
Hello, Mecha Clubs.
Yes, it's also probable for Vanilla Spider. And at this point, it's becoming more likely than not.
Yeah, we are not looking at a too good shape at this point.
No, and the sad thing is, hold on. Nope, that's just a Jokin.
The sad thing is we have not found any of the Jokins yet, so 2 of the Sankins are gonna be Jokins.
No, we found one already. One of Torvis had it. Yep, one of Torvis had a joke in.
Oh, then it must be Gathering Hall.
Yeah, so we just found 2 Jokins where we should be all set. And once again, the benefit of having new patcher, the puzzles are randomized. So these little main gyro puzzles here with the colors, the mini gyro chambers color sequence, all 3 of them can be fully randomized.
I
With
honestly
this,
quite enjoy those.
I do as well. And there's a very, very slim probability of having this puzzle be automatically completed.
Is it actually?
There is a probability. It's an extremely low percentage, but it has happened.
I've only seen like it it completely completed, but like 90 degrees shifted, which also looked kind of funny.
And Steve just found a hint over an FTA telling him a suit could be found 2 rooms away from an Annihilator beam. Well, we know where Annihilator was. That was in Cache 4, and that gives us the affirmation that we did see a suit in Junction Site. And Steve's trying to go for FTA peak by looking at a very specific piece of geometry on FTA. We're looking right where the item is hovering at. And if we jump towards that little lip where the light pillar and the floor connect, that tiny corner will allow us to push the camera up and peek the item.
There it is.
And Spider Ball located in Sanctuary Temple access. Of all the places, it's locked behind Echo.
Ah, so I was correct. So I was correct that Aqua could still be required.
You are correct. Logically speaking, we needed the Echo Visor from Incash 2, so we could move this little pillar and get the Spider Ball from Temple access. So that'll
how
send.
do we route this? I guess we get Olean now. We get Dynamo Works now. We go to Aegon, get Light Suit. And then probably go through Sank Entrance? If we go through Aegon, we have to go the entire Aegon loop to get to Sank Map.
Yeah, but if you have to do Sank Entrance, you have to go through Sank Entrance.
Yeah.
And you gotta play Pirate Bowling and have a wonderful time with the Space Pirates.
Yeah, but if you go to Lower Torvis, you have to go through Torvis.
Yeah, but the only reason we need Torvis is for Sacrificial Chamber.
I guess fighting Spider here, and then just going back and jumping down Cat West here might be a good idea. Because we can activate the mini gyro puzzle, which is gonna make going to Sank Map a breeze.
Alright, if I had to throw a route, Spider Guardian, of course, it's right here. So that's key number 7. Now you need Sank Map and Sacrificial Chamber. Nope, you need...
No.
Dynamo would be 7. Did we already do Grapple Guardian?
Yes.
Okay, that's why my route's backwards.
I'm missing Dynamo Works, War Ritual Grounds, and Sank Map Station.
That's why my route's backwards. I'm getting Sank Map mixed up. Okay, so with that in thought... So we don't even really need to go back into Torvis. Well, let's see. We get Dynamo Works. That's key 7. Then we need to get Junction Site. So we could go through. We could go through the Sank Spider elevator that gets us toward Vent Area A. That's a simple reroute into Junction Site. Come back into Sanctuary from the Spider Site elevator, and use that to route in Sank Map. Then go next door to the save station, take the save warp, and go for keys. Or War Ritual Grounds.
JhavA nearly got trolled from Spider Guardian there. And we fall down again. This fight, really.
suppose. And unfortunately, JhavA doesn't have any power bombs to make this faster.
Whoever thought it is a good idea to make Spider Guardian, please, no. No boss fight like this in Prime 4, please. Thank you.
Ah, you say that now.
I do. I am very, very hyped for Prime 4. It doesn't feel crazy to know that we are like in the year that Prime 4 is gonna release in.
I'm just more impressed that we had some sort of update on it.
We get Prime 4 before GTA 6.
So that's going to be what the turns this entire year for the gaming community. What happens first, GTA 6 or Prime 4?
I mean, didn't GTA 6 already get delayed to 27? 27?
Well, there goes your
Or
answer.
26?
I haven't heard any news on it.
But yeah, I'm I'm hyped for this year. This year has some great gaming content actually.
Oh, absolutely. It's wonderful. So, Spider Guardian, little fun fact. For some reason, Spider Guardian has a damage hitbox which is vulnerable to power bombs. Now, here's the crazy part. If you were to somehow get power bombs in vanilla game, in your base hard copy of this game, if you used a power bomb on Spider Guardian, you would be soft locked and have to reset your entire game. It just destroys Spider Guardian to the point where it's gone. It's a pill bug and it's not coming back.
It just exactly does what a power wimp is supposed to do.
Right, it just
And
vaporizes.
As the Mad Titan would say, gone, reduced to atoms.
I wasn't expecting that sort of pun today, but we'll take it.
Oh. No power of the PV to destroy the PV.
Now let's go ahead and check back in on Steve real quick. It looks like they've made a detour to Aegon Wastes, going for Mining Station B, and in turn getting the gravity boost. This will allow for Lower Torvus extremely easier, and get that suit off of Alpha Blog.
The question is, does Steve even have the knowledge about the certain Alpha Block?
I don't believe so, as the hint for it is in Lower Torvus.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Now, if Steve looks a little bit more to the left, there's a standable collision he can use, but nope, never mind, doesn't need it. Oh, he got knocked back! He got knocked off!
No! Yeah, and JhavA's doing exactly what I predicted in the end. We're going for the mini gyro puzzle, and then opening this way to get back to Sank Map, I guess, is going to be... Guess that is the optimal way to route this here.
Yep, I agree with you. Lowering that mini gyro chamber gets us the best access possible.
Those turrets do damage. There is no damage reduction in Metroid Prime 2.
Oh, and unfortunately Steve hit a bonk when trying to go up the wall.
No. Collision and enemies working hands in hands to stop this person from getting their grav boost. Give them their backpack. They need to go deep sea for their suit.
Yeah, so whoever put our suit in the middle of this waterlogged storage closet, they really need to be fined. As who's gonna pay for all the repairs to the suit due to it having water damage?
Yeah, I don't know if they take Federation credits.
Yeah, we can certainly ask. All right, Steve's got it. Steve has the gravity boost.
Let's go. That puts, if Steve and Ivy now combine all of this and go low Torvus immediately, that would probably put them in go mode. But unfortunately, this is not going to impact the end of the race.
Unfortunately, not. It's safe to
There's
call.
too much to collect.
Yeah, it's safe to call it at this point. JhavA will be our victor for today.
Yes, unless Crash echoes. I'm just saying.
Well, anything's possible, my friend. Anything is possible.
But no, I think like we have how many SDKs to go for Steve? 7?
Yeah,
No
Steve,
info on Spider, still need to pick up Dark Suit. And Dark Visor, which fair are back to back, but still.
and Steve still has to make a trek into Sanctuary to get the Spider Ball, just to come back to Aegon for the suit. All right, JhavA's cutting right through Warrior's Walk, going to make progress closer to Junction Site. Steve, on the other hand, still searching through Aegon Wastes, but the good thing is, thanks to that gravity boost, we can immediately go for Torvis and get our lower Torvis cleanup started. There we go. Light suit has been acquired by JhavA. And now we're going to take the exact same path back to Sanctuary, just so we can get the map station key. Yeah. Yep. Steve's going to attempt to get the secret door, and he just misses.
Seeker misses.
Underwater
Field
Seekers.
Madman. If these Seeker missiles would hit on target, they'd actually be Seeker missiles.
And unfortunately, this is the most notorious Seeker door in all of Echoes, just due to the fact it's underwater. And unfortunately, Steve is low on ammunition today, so they would have to take a detour through catacombs. And there's the information for progressive suit on hydro chamber storage. That'll be great information for Steve, as they now know light suit is on Alpha Blog.
Dark suit.
Right, dark suit, right. Well, it's still a suit's a suit. Dark suit, light suit, medium gray suit.
Blue suit, as we have now.
Silver suit. Green
I'm actually
suit.
surprised we have both parties are playing with vanilla suit colors, but new patch. I expect the custom colors to be seen here.
Well, I like to think the dark suit's an underrated one in the entire franchise.
It's actually hilarious that you're saying that.
I just think it looks neat.
I get what you're saying, I just don't like the suit designs for Bankus. Like, neither dark nor light is in my, like, taste.
Oop, and we've got a red key here on Transit Tunnel South.
Are we actually getting the red key?
Yeah, it looks like Steve's going for it. I'm not entirely sure why we're getting the key, as we
And
know.
we don't have Chica info yet, I think.
Oh, that's a good point. If you don't have the information, you might as well grab the key just to be safe.
Wait, no, Steve should have every single bit of information since all the guardian keys were in Aegon. And Amber was early. But yeah, JhavA now picking up St. Map here in a second and then taking a safe walk immediately back to Grey Temple.
Yeah, we're going to lower the gate to St. Map Station. Wait for it to slowly rise down. Enter the one beam of light. And say hello to the key that's been hiding here this entire time. And yeah, JhavA is clearly not happy by that key.
Literally saying hello. Good job, Marion.
Well, that was the most angry hello I've ever seen. Imagine you walk into someone's house and they immediately start firing a beam at you. That's not very nice at all.
It depends. What kind of beam we're talking?
Oh,
Because
and that's
I feel like Wave Beam could be zappy, but we know that Wave Beam is horrible at dealing damage, as an example.
and fantastic information for Steve and Ivy. They now have the knowledge that Dark Visor is in Dark Torvus.
The Gormot was here all along.
Lower Torvus of all places. The place that everyone hates to go through, but surprisingly has the most consistent, game-breaking knowledge.
Worst location to start in for a multi-world. So now we are getting to the end of this, and we are getting towards the Sky Temple here on JhavA's side.
Absolutely, we're about to close this race off at a good solid, I'd say 2:15 at the latest.
The 15 is not a bad guess, but I'm gonna say JhavA is on fire today, and he is gonna finish at 12. I believe.
But before we can do any of that, we do have to take this pit stop here in War Ritual Grounds, as there's an STK waiting to be collected. That's the final stop. Now it's off to the final bosses. This was an amazing race to start off with. Both runners were neck and neck for a good while. They made their way into Aegon Wastes, where a majority of their late game major items were found. Fighting all three beams in a short period of time. Screw attack immediately on Albert the Alpha Splinter. Super missiles, light beam and dark beam. Space jump wasn't too far behind. Unfortunately, that just led so much open. That's where the route started to fall apart. Yeah, JhavA went right into Torvus Bog as soon as possible, while Steve stayed a little too long in Aegon, and that's what started the chain of events. At least in my opinion. Yep, and slightly fell down on the screw attack wall, and the second attempt we went towards the door, Third attempt's the charm, maybe? There we go.
Yes. Let's go. Third time's the charm. And final boss time. So, would you like to explain your favorite thing this
Oh,
blood?
I hate Emperor Ring. I've got a passion of disliking this fight. But to explain what's happening here, Emperor Ring number 1, due to the fact we have double damage, we are going to spam Annihilator Beam as fast as possible and attempt to get a 1 cycle. And we got it first try. Amazing work. Emperor Ring number 2. We'll be rolling around the exoskeleton here, trying to force these little mini tendrils to pop out. That way we can blow them up. Ideally, we want to use power bombs as they can hit multiple at once. A perfect cycle would be 3 power bombs, 4, 4, and 3. There's a total of 12. Correction, 11. I can do math.
There we go.
All right.
That was pretty clean.
Absolutely. Emperor Ring number 3. Now you might see that Emperor Ring's mouth will change color depending on what beam he's vulnerable to. We're not going to use any sort of tricks or combination for Emperor Ring 3. Instead, we're going to screw attack at Emperor Ring's kneecap and leg area. Why are we doing that? Well, you see it did some damage. During development of this fight, there was meant to be an additional damage step or phase, which resulted in armor. And that armor had a screw attack damage number. You damage the armor with screw attack, it breaks and falls off.
Yeah.
The armor portion was scrapped, but the hitbox was left in. So because that hitbox is still checked by the game, if screw attack makes contact with that hitbox, it'll deal damage as if it was proper. Do that a handful of times, and Emperor Ring 3 falls down. And that's what happens when you don't take proper care of your kneecaps.
Now, the question is, are we gonna see a DS4 skip here?
You know what, Jay? Since you mentioned it, why don't you give us a little bit in depth on what DS4 skip is?
So we have 2 versions of Dark Samus in this fight. We have Dark Samus 3 here, which is vulnerable to pretty much everything. And then after a certain damage threshold, we are going into Dark Samus 4, which would only be vulnerable to the Hyperball pellets. And we're going to try and skip Dark Samus 4 because DS takes years to fire those pellets. So what we're going to do is we are either going to do a Dark Visor stun lock, or we're going to do a missile stun lock to use screw attack. But no, there's a second option that you can use for this, which would use Dark Beam. Oh no!
He's coming he's close.
Yeah, that's
But
we got half of the HP are gone. That's still a good amount of HP. So now we're in the standard version. We're on Dark Samus 4, meaning we have to wait like 2 minutes between the phase pellets coming in, what feels like. Which in a race scenario can be, especially after this long of a seat, can be very challenging for your mental. But both runners have done an amazing job with this seat, trying to keep up. Unfortunately, as it is in the tournament matches, there can only be one person coming out on top.
Well, that's terrible to see, and JhavA had such a great pace going. They had the Dark Beam missile lock on for Dark Samus.
Yeah,
I think they were just a little slow with the missile. That gave Dark Samus enough time to move, and JhavA just could not find him.
Dark Visor though, because in Dark Visor you can see Dark Samus DS4. No, we get bullied.
Hold on. And
that...
No.
Really?
Little sliver of health left.
She's at the damage threshold where she can't come down at least. She is gonna stay up.
Almost there.
Oh, wow. Now
don't worry. There we go. Can we get it? Get enough hits?
And that's time. It's time for JhavA with a Late
208.
split of a 208.33.
208.33. GG. Congratulations, JhavA. That's a solid win for JhavA. So we'll add 1 point to their leaderboard. So bear with us for just a quick second. And with that, Steve and Ivypaw have a confirmed forfeit. This race is over. Oh, this was one heck of a race, to say the least. But with that being said, well, we have a little bit of an intermission. We're going to have both our runners come up for a little post-game commentary. And it's no later than I finish that sentence. We welcome. Oh, I can't read. We've got the team of JhavA and catHuman. Welcome aboard.
Hello.
Hello, GG's. So,
Congratulations.
first of all, I have two questions. A, what was your guys' feeling when the entire early game was major into major into major, but the hints were very slow paced? And second
Yeah.
of all, I was confused with the DS4 skip there. You could have pulled up Dark Visor to see Dark Samus for the Mr. Stunlock.
Yeah,
There we
Kat
go.
told me that, and it was just a little too late before I figured out what to do. But yeah, that was not my mentor's fault. That was absolutely mine.
Before we continue, we do welcome Ivypaw and Steve to the booth as well.
Hello, you two.
So, welcome aboard.
Hey, Steve.
So yeah, we were
I
just
see you
Spider
don't-
Go.
I see you don't have Spider.
Yeah, it was just Spider. We missed one of the SDK hints since we ran out of energy at the time.
It was probably Hazing Cliff. If you,
That was it, yeah.
yeah. Do you guys want to know where Spider was?
Wasn't bad.
It was. I mean, it wasn't great. I'll tell you that much.
Dungeon?
It couldn't
Spider
be
locked
dungeon.
light suit, so no. Because there was a.
Oh, right, because Light Sea's talking about food. Right.
But yeah, we thought about that too for a brief moment. It was temple access in sync.
Oh,
Yeah, very bad. So that was the one thing Echo locked.
yeah, okay.
And I was like, why is Echo hinted? RDB would
Yeah.
have raised the hint in the gen order just
Yeah,
for
what
Echo
Echo
to
was
lead
like,
into a
we should
dead
follow
end.
that for Profane Path, and then that didn't turn out well. I was like,
Right, yeah.
so why
Yeah,
is
that's
Echo
what I
here?
was
What is this hinting for?
Cannonball was dungeon, by the way.
Oh, it's Cannonball. Okay.
Yeah.
That's still a bad spot for Cannonball.
Well, that was never being collected.
Yeah, no.
What a good seed for Chica to be a dead check.
Yeah. I still am annoyed that we had to go into Sank to get Spider, then back out into Aegon, and then go back to Sank to get Sank Map Station.
Oh,
That
that's
That was like
not fun.
Nappy out.
But that's just Echoes for ya. That's just
Yeah.
Echoes for ya. So here's the thing. You both had minor time loss against each other by maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds at some point, but you were practically routing the same until Bump Guardian was a thing. Because after that, I was like, well, we could go for Central Mining Station, but honestly, with that screw attack, I think GFMC is gonna have the next logical major, and Temple
Yeah.
Grounds is a lot of cleanup with PB expansion, so I'd probably push Temple Grounds. Oh,
Yeah.
JhavA is going for Central Mining Station. Oh, that's Amber. Oh yeah, he is going for. Oh yeah, I guess we could go for Command Sedenta. Oh, that's Dark Beam. Oh no.
And then there's Light Beam, and then there's
Yeah. Once
then
we were looking
there's-
around, it's like, I'm not seeing progression. Like, something tells me Dark Labs has a point of no return light beam. And right
Yep.
again, nope, there's light. Like, yep, alright.
yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a 30 minutes difference between filing Light Beam between the two teams.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
for
JhavA
us,
Once we found
Um,
that, we were very relieved because that was not a fantastic spot. but-
yeah. Just having the point of no return is sucks a lot of times.
Yeah, the moment we found Dark Beam, the plan was pretty much you just do the Dark Beam checks in labs, and then you just go in there and see what's in doomed entry and then safe warp out.
Yeah.
And then
That's the
the
case.
save warp out didn't work anymore because suddenly there's supers and suddenly bombs could be
Oh,
in early
in-cache one,
Taurus.
yeah.
And early bombs could suddenly be in Incash 4 or in Jump Guardian.
Yeah.
Also,
Those
question,
bombs.
question for the
Yeah,
rest.
Transmit AX was not great for bombs. Like,
No,
we need Emerald
no.
or Dark Visor. Where are those two? And then Emerald and Abandoned Works is like, oh. So we need to screw attack the up to that platform to get over there to make the logical.
So
Stupid.
was Seeker a logical launcher, or did you need the missile launcher?
No, you absolutely need logical missile launcher for
You
it
need
to work.
so
Yeah,
there's
'cause
only
The only reason it makes it logical is if you start with it for the starting item.
exactly. If you
Okay.
start
It
with
makes
Seekers,
sense.
then Seekers. If you start with Seeker Launcher as the starting item, then Seeker Launcher accounts as logical missile
Yeah.
launcher.
Okay.
But what you had to do, logic. So this seeds logic, right? Just so you can like
Don't get me
put
started.
yourself
No,
an
don't
image
get me
together.
started.
Watch this. Put yourself an image together. Go get Screw from Albert. Get SJ. Go back. Get Missile Launcher and GFMC Vanilla.
Yeah.
Go back to Aegon. Get Amber. Get Dark Beam. Go to Doomed Entry
Dark
to get
Labs,
Light
the
Beam.
Light Beam. Go to
Go
Incash
get
1 and get
supers.
supers.
Go in Cache 4, get Annihilator. Technically, already there, you go to Great Temple and get your you go to Torvus through
and you could get Echo there too.
through
when
Path
you're
of Ice.
after
Yeah.
Annihilator.
No,
We would
because you don't
need
have
bombs.
Oh, you
Yeah,
still
we would
need
not have bombs
That's
with
right.
time.
Oh my
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You have to go to Torvus
We have to
through
go to
Path of
Torvus.
Ice, get Emerald, go back to GFMC, get Cobalt, go to Great Temple, get bombs. Like
Yeah.
this was back and
Yeah,
forth.
this
and
logic
back and
was
forth.
terrible.
So bad.
So,
Wonderful amount of
thank Reed for
backtracking.
this, because he's the one that jetted it.
At least this meant you won't get.
Wait, how do you get to Incash 4 without Dark Suit or bombs?
Well,
with
logically
this-
not, but it's
Okay.
just.
Yeah, logically, with enough E-tanks, and the seed was very generous with E.
Yeah, that was nice. I ended up.
So with the space up screw attack, you're supposed to screw attack near the door to have it open to quickly go through.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, we kind of just had
We
you
just-
roll through.
But I think if you have like at
Maybe
least 3 or 4 E-tanks, I think it becomes logical for damage logic.
This was definitely a good seed for a comeback in the commentary booth.
Yeah, it was something.
Not come for like 3 or 4 months, and then I'm coming back
Yeah.
for a banger.
Well, I tried to stop the curse. It appears your curse follows your legacy, Jay.
Freaking Sank map, freaking grapple gun and SDK.
Hey,
Done and
it
work
could
done
be-
over
it
his
could have been-
spider or
It could have been worse.
I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
you right there. We're not gonna think about that.
Yeah.
No
We were
final.
thinking
no,
vanilla
no
spider.
Guardians is not.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, my
Yeah.
practice seed a couple days ago, I had Dark Beam and Hive Entrance.
We for sure were
Have fun.
talking.
No,
Yeah.
no. I had a practice seed the other day. Freaking Venomous Pond Dark Beam. Tell me
Oh.
about. Wait a
So
You
you
guys
minute.
are
had to
not
go, yeah, you had to go through portal side.
You guys are not used to having your Dark Beam on Chica by now?
Oh, I had one of those. That was terrible.
No, you
I
haven't
jammed
had to
one of
have a
those.
chicken with missile launcher and door lock rando.
And you guys do not have. I mean, listen, you guys don't have to live with the knowledge that you made a preset for a tournament that again takes away Echo's hints just for someone to have unhinted vanilla Chica.
Oh, I've had that twice in I think one of the other tournament settings.
And I felt very bad for it.
Yeah. Also, I found out from one of the other friends when I was talking to them. Bombs can be in Grand Wind Chamber.
They absolutely can.
Oh yeah. With
I
I
think
did not
something-
know, and it's stupid.
I think something people underestimate in both Prime, Echoes, and Corruption is how bad your seed can
Yeah.
get when you don't get bombs, because bombs can
Yeah.
be in a lot of places in
Yeah.
those games. Like, when you consider your bombs in Prime, technically...
Didn't we have like a couple times where they were on Thardis?
Yes, bombs can be on Thardis,
Oh,
bombs
yeah.
can be in the
God.
very last check of Vendrana.
I've had
Bombs
that
could
one.
bombs could, in theory, be in the maze. I don't know if logic accounts for it, but there's one singular Central
Yeah,
Dynamo
there's-
maze in Prime
yeah.
that does not need bombs to solve. So who knows? And then bombs could also just be in Boombox.
Or if you have backwards lower minds, I think they can be in OP. I think.
Yes, if you have backwards lower minds, they can be on OP. Just not front-wise.
Yeah.
But like in Echoes, it's the same. Like bombs can be very, very bad.
Yeah.
You can have bombs in Torv's Temple Axis.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Ingwell, correct. Excuse me.
I'm gonna go on record and saying this is better than my start to the last tournament. Dolphin actually held up the entire time, so I guess that's a plus.
Yeah,
Wow.
it didn't crash
I
at all
really
this time,
knew
which
it
is a good
was-
thing.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
So we did have some lags, but it was just one of his programs popped up, decided to re-pop up again.
Yeah, no, nothing like my Xbox app deciding, oh, I'm just gonna reactivate and put myself in the background, and now I'm lagging.
It's just hilarious. One funny memory that just came back is I think it was JhavA trying to get a BSJ working, a BSJ into screw tag, and suddenly the camera turned like 180 on JhavA and we have front-wise screw tag rolling.
Oh, I think we had that. I've had that once.
Oh no, I think it was Steve actually. But
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that was me.
I'm sorry.
yeah, I think that was
Oh.
with Graph Boost. I
Was
think that
it
was with
when we
Graph
were doing
Boost
the BSJ for the Mind
for the
Station B
standable.
Gravity Boost?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was just this moment where the camera flipped like 180 on one of you guys, and like
Yeah.
suddenly was screw tacking into like the wrong direction practically.
Oh, that was in Central Mining Station, actually.
Oh, it's Central Mining.
Yeah,
might have
right.
been
That
it.
was CMS. But Marion just in there. What?
Oh,
Echoes.
that's right. I remember that.
The best summary.
Yeah.
Echoes.
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
Ah, mentor tournaments, they're beautiful. And we got 5 more weeks going.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then it's time for you to show what you learned. Okay, so at least I guess the logic chain made the seed bad, but at least the checks weren't bad, right?
For the most part, yeah.
I mean,
I can't complain that much, at least.
I feel like one of the reasons why the seed was so slow-paced is really just you had 3 Guardian hints in Aegon.
Oh, they were all in Aegon?
Yes, Chica, Quad, and Amorbus hint were Aegon. And then on your Temple Grounds hint, the other hints you get early, right? You had Dark Aegon Temple Key hint and Tumors hint.
Oh, yeah.
The Dark Aegon hint, I remember commenting, it's like, oh crap, it's, Torvus and Sank for worm keys. So I'm like, oh, usually that's a bad omen, that means worms is usually required, but nah, got lucky on that one.
I found one of those keys, and it was on Spider Guardian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, which meant the SDK
Required
was in the
worm.
tunnel.
It was in the tunnel, yeah, I didn't
But
have-
logically, he was still
Yeah.
required, but with the trick, you can just steal it.
I didn't have
Honestly?
the confidence to do the unmorph.
Well, first of all that, second of all, at that time where JhavA saw the SDK, there was still a very likely option of Spider-Ball being vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
We still hadn't found it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Spider
When we
was-
had the Dark Visor hand in Dark Torvus, I actually had a feeling that it might have been Vanilla and Chica. Because
I
that
also
was
have
one of the
to-
options.
God, I didn't even.
I
think
have
about
to
that.
sadly inform you guys, by the way, you've been jinxed. You've been jinxed by Marion. Marion said,
Hey,
"Oh, this
whoa,
could be
whoa,
sub-2."
whoa! No, don't you bring
What
me
did you
into
do,
this now.
Mayo?
No, Marion said this could be sub 2, and I was like, yeah,
Hey.
if the hint, if this keeps on, this is pretty jet. And then, well, it didn't keep on, and it was not sub 2.
Okay, let's go ahead and start to wrap up our program now before this turns into a TED Talk. All right.
I mean, it's a little late for that, Marion. It's already a TED Talk starting with when Jay joined.
All right, with that being said, JhavA, Steve, anything that you two would like to comment on before we close out our program for the night?
The logic made my brain hurt. That is all.
Well, I'm glad that both of our dolphins held up, and shout out to both of our mentors. Cat was awesome for me. So yeah.
Yes, Ivy, thank you so much for stepping in here, man. Appreciate, but stepping on in, helping out. Appreciate it all. And since we got Speed Gaming at our disposal, shout out to all the mentors that are sacrificing their time, offering up their time for all of us that are. I'll straight up come out and say us noobs like myself. Thank you all. Very appreciated.
Alrighty, and with that, catHuman, Ivy, as the mentors for today's race, is there anything that you two would like to comment on specifically?
All of Upper Dark Torvis was dead.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of nothing there.
Terrible.
Well, hello, unlimited beam ammo.
I mean, yes, that was the
yeah, that
thing
was
that
Yeah,
did, but other than that, I don't think the missiles or the double damage popped up at all. At least not from our end.
You were right next to them, like twice.
Where were they?
Lower Torvis.
Oh.
Both of them,
No, we
like,
would have came across them then. Okay.
It was like 1.5 hours of no multiplayer pickups, and then then Steve finds unlimited beam ammo, and just like 2 seconds later, JhavA runs into double damage, and 5 seconds later, JhavA runs into like unlimited missiles.
Yeah, they were all back to back to back.
They were all in Torvis.
Yes.
That's a weird spot for them to be, but okay.
All right, Jay, do you have anything you want to say before we, you and I close this thing out tonight?
Yes. Fellow runners endured enough pain for one night. Thank you, Marion, for joining me at this unholy hour of 5 a.m. to commentate. And,
well, for me, it's only about 11 o'clock or so.
And otherwise, I guess the only thing left to say would be, we'll see you all next mission.
All right, so with that being said, folks, thank you so much for joining us here for the continuation of our Echoes Mentor Tournament. And we've got a lot more weeks of race after race happening almost on a daily basis at this point with how the schedule's looking. Now, currently ongoing, we're there about just an hour in over on SpeedGaming 3. You'll find Elias Thompson versus Soaring Wyvern with Bash Prime and Baja Blood as mentors. So that's bound to be one chaotic seed. Jay, I'm going to think that you generated that. I know you can't, but it just feels like you did with what's happening. Tomorrow, though, Wednesday, Jay, I swear we're going to send you out of here.
Go ahead.
All right, Wednesday, 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard, we'll have our next race. Astral and Jungle Boss versus Jay and Lucarius Lion. So congratulations, Jay. You'll have fun with that one. As far as
I'm going to be commentating that one, so we'll see how that goes.
If I may say, Astral and Jungle versus me and Luca, I don't know if that sounds so fair.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go, and I'm kind of interested in how that's going to play out.
No, I am not a mentee, though.
No, you'll be the mentor, Jay.
I mean, yeah, sure, he's totally a mentee. Totally.
All right, all the information's been posted below in the various links. If you want to follow any of the racers or mentors you've seen today, their information is below. You can follow Jay or myself if you enjoyed listening to our voices. And if you're interested in learning more about the Randomizer community, the Metroid Prime races, the ongoing tournaments, or anything related to Metroid per se, our Discord link can be found as well. So with that being said, again, thank you so much for your support and joining us here tonight. And we'll see you next mission.
We'll see you next mission.
Thanks, everyone.